morning, Internet, and welcome to the Knights of the Drunk Watch. We just finished watching Westworld Season 3, Episode 4, entitled Who the Hell Knows? I don't.
Oh, Mother of Exiles.
Mother of Exiles. I'm Zach.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Travis.
I'm Thomas.
We are the Knights of the Drunk Watch.
And now our talk begins. The first topic I want to talk about was, of course, the biggest bomb that happened this episode was, we found out, it was Delores.
It's all Delores.
So she spent her time at the Forge, apparently, just making four copies of herself.
She basically had her butt on the Xerox machine.
Yeah.
Like, that's what she was doing at the park.
Yeah.
So we first open the episode, we see William has just like gone completely berserk.
Yeah.
Full Glenn Close, just berserko.
Yeah, he's over the rainbows for the skills.
Yeah.
And to the point, he's so nuts that his imaginary daughter is being like, "This doesn't look good, Dad." Like, he's that crazy.
But is that Delores too?
So the only way it could be in my mind is if the William who came out of the park is not the real William. He's just programmed to think he is. And clearly part of Delores, and who the hell knows, Dolores Hale's plan is to help take over Delos by getting William. Do we even know his last name? William Delos. I don't know. That's not him.
No.
We don't. I looked on IMDb. We don't know his last name.
She is
William, my boy.
She has engineered a plan to get William to, go off the deep end, thus strengthening Dolores Hale's hold over Delos.
Well, I mean, that's what happened. Because he got committed, Hale is now in control of his shares as the president.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that was
the goal.
The William that came out of the park, may not, hell, for all we know, the real William could still be running around the park somewhere, going crazier. But this thing is, because what happened to, you called him Papa Delos, what happened to Mr. Delos, every time they created it, he went nuts. Like, if anything, I think this is, William, call it, Beta, and William Beta is part of Dolores' plan. He was rescued from Westworld, and he's doing what the beta-tested versions do, go fucking nuts.
The only reason I might question that is, given who knows what happened in the park, would a Delores William, when the other William is lost in the park somewhere, have a bum hand?
But here, let me say this. It could just be simply that William actually isn't a is not a
Hostess man cake.
Yeah, it isn't a host. It isn't an old man host. It could be that William, through his own progress down the rabbit hole, has just gotten himself so far into the point, either the real William or the host William shot his own daughter in the park because he could not tell real from fake. So who's to say that she's not just kind of like, let him run into this hole and is just letting him sit there torturing himself?
And also, I think it's possible clue is if he's still real William because of the way Delores confronted him about his delusions.
Well, she's there.
Would that be something she would do if she's trying to cultivate fidelity in a host? But instead she confronted him and then exposed herself to him, to get him to go crazy and committed right in front of witnesses.
So Delores, in relation to Liam Dempsey, is actually Laura Epson.
Right.
We've heard that name before.
Right.
Yeah.
So
that's her first episode character.
Something happened to Laura Epson. She drug overdosed.
Right. That's what the security guard did to her. He was supposed to kill her, and and then she ended up surviving and switching out the security guard.
Gotcha. So that's
with
what they were.
Dolores.
with
Which is
Dolores.
not- yes.
So all the real people thought Laura died when really her plan ended up working out.
Right.
Well,
So-
and it was more fun seeing Dolores kind of grooming Caleb and working him into her plan. And then we got the return of the buddy cop duo, Bernard and Stubbs.
They're so great.
Yeah. So what is Bernard's plan?
yeah.
Is Bernard's plan just to stay one step ahead of Dolores? That's what it seems like.
Crying.
I feel like Bernard is a foil for Dolores to work off of in some way that we haven't foreseen and can't foresee. There's a big reveal coming with Bernard, I feel.
And part of the confusion with Bernard, especially now that everyone's Dolores, could Armando be Dolores? Dolores said he had a purpose, but we don't really know what his purpose. She brought him back for a purpose.
Somebody mentioned that he was brought back to possibly keep her in check somehow, as if she would take her plan too far. But if anything, I see from what we know of the original Arnold and the original Dolores, they were sweet on each other. Or Arnold loved Dolores and wanted her to be free. If anything, Bernard is there to turn into Arnold at some point to see when Dolores is finally free, or something along those lines. Take it all the way back to season 1.
I just find it strange to bring back Bernard because, like, I guess he is an advanced host because he was creating hosts, but like, how are you going to surpass Dolores?
Yeah, I think there's got to be a true purpose there that's going to make us go, what?
Yeah.
Looks like Bernard's button is a universal remote.
Oh, can we just, I love it when they have in serious movies those little cute moments and analysis mode, just add another.
What a bumbling idiot.
Hey.
Or no, him and Stubbs in the motel room, and Stubbs bitching about how greasy a motel it is.
What was in that warehouse of fluid? What's going on with that?
The host.
Well, that was host making fluid.
Yeah. So do we think
Yeah.
Dolores is
It was
like
host
hoarding
baby
to make
better.
an army or something? Like
Dolores has bigger plans that we have not even begun to glimpse, a fraction of. The actor Musashi, or that character coming back, was amazing.
Yes.
Well, and did he come back? Like, of all, why? That was the first time she chose a park character to inhabit. Did she have an expectation that Mauve was still out there and Mauve would eventually show up here? Because the only reason really for it to be him, unless it was because it was in Hong Kong or Shanghai or wherever.
Japan, he was Yakuza, wasn't he?
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah, not Japan, sorry. China.
And so he would be a local, was because of Mauve, really, I think.
I mean, that makes sense, especially like if Dolores is, well, but then that means that Dolores was planning on recruiting Mauve, or?
Well, I think she probably knew that. See, I think Dolores and Mauve have been set up against each other since the beginning.
But what I thought, as soon as I saw him, and then I started, we started realizing Hale's Dolores, and Musashi is Dolores, and
security guy.
Yeah, Scottish security guy. She's got all these Doloreses in play. It reminded me of when Delores was saying, their system, this, world that these, others have created is so complex, it seems impossible, but it's just a few key things. I think what she's doing is she's putting a Delores in each of these chess positions, ready to start her thing. And apparently she needs a milk factory. She needs a Scottish security guard.
He's a key to controlling Dempsey.
Yeah. She needs a Scottish security guard who can bitch around, Dempsey. She needs a person in charge of, Westworld. I don't know what she needs next. Oh, she needs a ex-army quasi, mercenary, suicidal mercenary.
Okay.
And,
and did we catch that Charlotte Hale took William's blood?
Oh,
yes.
And also, did we catch that Charlotte, or Delores, DeCharles,
I call her Charlotte Hale.
Shaved.
Hail Dolores.
She shaved
Yeah.
William just
Hale.
like Dolores did at the end of season.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like,
Season 1. She shaved him in season 1, I think.
and to go back, Andrew, to what you were saying, like, oh, she only was making copies of herself, or who she took out of the park, or whoever was saying that. I think Dolores, the pearls have, if you will, the singularities in them. They have the soul of these hosts, but she could have gotten an upload or a download of every single host, aesthetic file, what they look like, to 3D print them. But the important crap, those 5-6 pearls total or whatever it was, that's what she can't reproduce. But I have a feeling she can reproduce any, if you will, blank-bodied host at this point. Zach got it exactly right.
Thank
Zach
you.
got it exactly right. He said Dolores split herself.
No, it's
No,
not
he got it exactly
Horcruxes.
right.
Oh,
It's
wait,
not
sorry.
all Dolores all the way down, but it's not Horcrux. She hasn't split herself and weakened herself. She's copied herself.
Oh my God!
It's not good Dolores, bad Dolores. But he is correct that there was
All
It
Dolores.
was
all
Dolores.
Dolores.
So,
was Delores.
so she's not created a bunch of Horcruxes, which I think you were about to say. She's just copy pasted herself a bunch.
Yeah.
I did
Yes.
say it. I said
Okay.
it last.
We're the Knights of the Drunk Watch.
I don't even
And
have
And
that.
now our talk
has
has ended.
Good night, everybody.
I just did that.